Okay, good evening and welcome. It is August 26th, the regularly scheduled school committee meeting. Call the meeting to order, 6 p.m. And would like to just say that the meeting is being both audio and videotaped this evening. And I would like everybody please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you, and now we will move on to our roll call. Mr. Fitzgerald.
Rich Fitzgerald.
Sarah Trulio.
Gregory Thompson.
Gordon Smith, Superintendent of Schools.
Antonella Richella.
Kathy Salati, Recording Secretary.
Excellent, thank you. And we have some minutes for approval. I will entertain a motion.
Motion to approve the June 17th, 2019 executive session meeting minutes.
Motion made
Second.
and seconded. Further discussion? All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, nay. And abstention?
I abstain.
One abstention, thank you. Next up, June 17th regular session.
Move to approve the June 17th, 2019 regular session meeting minutes.
I'm going to second that.
Made and seconded. Further discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, nay. And one abstention.
I abstain.
Thank you.
And good job on those notes, Ms. Saletti. Really,
There's a
yeah.
lot to capture.
I'm gonna back you off on them a little bit, I think. There's a lot of work
Do
to
you know other school districts are just as much as us?
Really?
Yeah, I did a little.
Oh, really?
round to everybody.
We should talk about it though, because I think, we talked about it in the past about just doing the motions. I just think it's a lot of, but I appreciate it. We all appreciate it.
Oh.
So thank you, yes.
I know it's exciting to hear it a second time. It must, this must be great.
Okay, and one more set of minutes for approval.
Spinelli, you ready?
We wanna move it?
Moved that we approve
I move to approve.
the school committee minutes for the July 1st, 2019
Second.
meeting. Second, 2019 meeting.
I move to approve the school committee meeting on July 1st, 2019 minutes.
And it's the second, July 2nd, right? That's what you
Yep.
meant.
Yes.
Yep. Okay, motion made.
I'm going to second
And
that.
seconded for the discussion. Hearing none, all those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, nay. Motion carries 4-0 on that one. Okay. Committee communications. Rich, please.
Yeah, real quick, I went to the night out, was well attended, and I thought the convocation was very good. I thought your speech was very good, Mr. Thompson.
Thank you. You flatter me.
Convocation was very exciting today. The faculty was all looked ready, and the administrators looked ready to welcome back students and faculty as well. And nicely said today, Greg and Ashley Pelzick did a really nice job
She
as a
really did.
keynote.
She did.
Mm.
Impressive what she's already been
What she's
through in
already
her
done.
life. It's amazing. Antonella, anything tonight?
E-Leaf's having Fun on the Run on September 29th. And they also have their first, well, I'm attending the first meeting on September 11th.
Great.
The subcommittee.
Okay, thank you. And nice leadership by our superintendent today at the
Yes.
convocation as well. Thank you for all of that as well. Okay, opportunity for visitors to address the committee. Seeing none, we'll move right along. Let's see, 8th grade MIA waiver for girls cross country. Mr. McGee, please.
So girls cross country, we're looking for a waiver. The MIA suggests applying for the waiver if we're below 10 runners. In cross country, 7 runners are typically varsity runners. Some races they allow 10 runners. And we're currently at 6 total runners that are practicing. The fall athletic numbers are way up. There was approximately 330 student athletes participating in the fall, but for some reason, cross country is pretty low with the participation numbers. The boys cross country numbers are around 25 right now. So I'm looking to see if the school committee would approve an 8th grade waiver for girls cross country to hopefully get those numbers up over 10.
I make a motion to approve the waiver for the East Lynwood High School girls cross country team for the fall 2019 school year.
Okay, I have a motion made
Second.
and seconded.
Second.
Thank you. Further discussion?
So I'm guessing at this point that the collaboration between the middle school principal and the high school principals are all in place as far as eligibility,
Yep.
attendance, and all that?
Yes, we've had good practice runs with other sports where the middle school is updating me on grades, updating me on attendance, discipline issues. So there's direct communication from the Mr. Allen to myself anytime that there's any athletic issues with 8th graders.
And this is the only sport for the fall?
Correct, it's
Across the waiver.
only sport for the fall.
And remind us, please, how do they get logistically from Birchland to the high school for practice every day?
Yep, so practices would start around 2:30, give or take. So I would be a part of the meeting that Coach Bud would have with the families where we talk about the family being able to get the student athlete to the school. They would have the option of walking to the school. And if there's any families that aren't comfortable with walking or having family provide transportation, I can talk to our transportation director about potentially having one of those buses that leave from Birchland loop in some way back to the high school. We've had that option with golf, with Elmcrest, anytime that there's any issue with family transportation.
That's a great idea. Okay. Any further discussion? Motion having been made and seconded, all those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Those opposed, nay. Motion carries 4-0.
Great.
Okay, thanks, Kevin.
Sure. There's one more. Do you want to do the next one?
You're next.
Lax Plus, yeah.
Okay,
Lax
perfect.
Plus, go ahead.
So Lax Plus has been a renter at the high school for the past 3 years. They are an excellent renter. We've never had any issues with them. They bring in close to 100 college scouts. It's an entire Northeast event with about 1,000 high school women's lacrosse players. We do the event simultaneously with Minnechaug High School. And again, they're great renters. The money goes directly back into our turf maintenance. So we've been able to use that rental money from them for the turf maintenance. We do have the turf maintenance due in a couple weeks where field turf comes out. They maintain the field, they spray it with antimicrobial spray. It's a really professional job that gets done on the turf, and this renter is a big reason why we're able to do it without it hurting the athletic budget. The other thing with Lax Plus of why I'm asking for the waiver is it's a Sunday morning, so their first game would be at approximately 9 a.m. They do take up a lot of the parking spaces at the high school. They make it very clear to all the attendees to never go in the church parking lot and to stay away from the church. And we've had no issues the past 3 years.
They're pretty well supervised, right? They
Yeah,
bring you
extremely well supervised. We hire multiple school employees to oversee it, and it's not a competitive event, so you don't have any parental or fan issues. It's really a great showcase with about 100 college
I
coaches.
know the date's tough, November 17th, but do our booster clubs open up the concession stands?
So we have not done the Booster Club
Okay.
concession stands in the past, but Lax Plus is run by, one of the people that run it is Springfield College head coach, and she, I'm sure, would be supportive of that. It's a great idea to mention that to her.
This is a Sunday as well, as you said, and I know historically we've tried to stay away from Sundays, concern being the church being next door. Are we comfortable with the sound, the volume, if they're blowing the air horns and such early on, especially if people sleeping nearby too?
Yep.
the 8 o'clock.
And that was brought up last year. I'm sorry I didn't mention that. We let them know to keep all music down until after, I think the time was 11 a.m.
Okay.
I can check with the church to find out exactly what time the service is over, but they're
Until 12:30, but
12. I can let them know
Yeah.
about that too. I can say
11:30
no
times.
music until after 12:30, and they're supportive of that also.
Okay,
Okay.
great. I know that's coming up again with the E-Leaf event too, so.
Right.
I just want to be cognizant of
Yeah,
that
no,
as we
you're
move
right.
forward, because we've always historically done that. We've kind of gotten away from not allowing it, but certainly a worthwhile event. Any other questions, discussion? If not, I'll entertain a motion.
I move to approve the Lax Plus rental on Sunday, November 17th, 2019.
I'll second that motion.
Great, motion made and seconded. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Those opposed, please say nay. Motion carries 4-0.
Great.
Okay.
I
thanks so
appreciate it.
much,
Thank you.
Kevin.
Thanks, Mr. McGee. Could you send to the school committee that link?
Yes.
So we can go on the school calendar and see when the athletic events are?
Definitely, I'll send you a link and all the home schedules also. So you'll get, there's also an MIA app that you can, if you want an app, you can download the app and see all of the home.
Oh, the schedule? Oh, okay.
Yes,
Yeah,
yeah, but I'll send that to you.
Cool.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you.
Thanks, Kevin.
They got apps for everything nowadays.
It makes it easier.
It does,
Rich.
I know.
Makes it easier. Okay, as we do every year, we have the review of end-of-the-year transfers. Mr. Smith, do you want to go through these?
Sure, so in your packets, you have a sheet that looks like this. And you see where at the end of the year, on the top of the sheet, we had money that originally had been encumbered in certain accounts, some of the larger accounts, special ed accounts, and say the school psychologist account. That was a situation where we were unable to hire, so we were actually farming those assessments out for most of the year until the end of the year when we were able to finally hire someone as a Birchland Park school psychologist. Those accounts then accumulated at the end of the year to about $167,000 and were transferred to balance the books to the accounts below, where we were starting to move into the red.
It seems like ages ago, Mr. Thompson, we met on this, doesn't it?
It does. Well, a couple months, yeah, June. Just so everybody's aware, this is the end-of-the-year transfers, so the finance subcommittee has authority to make this transfer, but we always bring it back to the full committee so that we're all in full awareness of it. But in reviewing the policy on this, Rich, I know you're on the policy subcommittee, it doesn't actually state that the policy subcommittee reviews it. We actually have a higher bar than the policy states.
Yeah, okay.
So maybe we want to look at the policy, if the committee's in favor of continuing the practice, perhaps actually change that to policy. So I've asked Mr. Smith to put it on your next agenda. Don't have to do it right away, because it won't be till next year.
Next year, that's
Yeah.
good.
Okay?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
I make a motion to approve the end-of-the-year transfer.
I don't think we need that.
It's
Just
just
an
a
acknowledgement.
reporting out.
All set,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah. Because the transfer's already been made,
You're right.
the committee can't approve it, it's already happened.
So the policy itself has a paragraph solely on end-of-the-year transfers, and that's where the finance subcommittee is designated to
Has the
make the
authority to make
transfers.
that, okay.
And then the final sentence is that at the next school committee meeting, the transfers will be reported out.
Put it up, okay.
And then once they're reported out, it's part of the public record, so this will
Correct.
all be available for anybody that's.
How much money did we give back to the town?
That, I don't have an exact figure.
Okay, no problem.
Yeah, I'll wait for
Yeah,
Mrs.
wait for
Blair to
assistant
come back.
superintendent to come back, okay.
Okay, moving right along, 5.2.2, Birchland Park gift donation from a parent.
Don't have Mr. Thompson kind of roll through these like he used to.
I am or I'm not?
No, you don't, remember you used to go, well.
I can if you want me to. I'm just getting warmed up for the year. School hasn't even started yet. So. Is this anonymous?
I don't know.
This is on the air conditioning, right?
Yeah.
Right, so there is a gift fund, I mean, there's a gift fund for each of the schools.
Okay.
We have been designating anything that's come in for air conditioning as such, when it's been approved here at the school committee level. And Dr. Allen worked with Mr. Dunn, the facilities manager from DPW, to look at where on the second floor we could add additional air conditioners. They have a few in place now. They were trying to balance it out. We also had to look at actually what electrical capacity we had on the second floor, so it's not to all of a sudden overwhelm it. So they were thinking that they could add roughly 4 air conditioners at approximately $600 an air conditioner.
And was that 600 per air conditioner, or were those funds coming directly from the fundraising efforts of the family that
The
came last year?
fundraising efforts to date, I believe, are just over, even with this $25, 600. So
Okay.
we'd be looking more at building equipment funds and
Okay.
building base funds, right?
Okay, do I have a motion to accept the $25 gift?
I make a motion to accept the gift donation to Birchland Park Gift Fund from a parent.
Motion has been made
I'll second.
and seconded. Further discussion. Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, nay. Motion carries 4-0.
I make a motion to approve the Maple Shore gift donation from the Elementary Music Night.
Excellent. $321.12.
Those are donations during that concert.
Okay, motion has been made
I'll second.
and seconded. For the discussion. Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
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 Those opposed, nay. Motion carries 4-0.
Thank you.
The next one is another donation,
And
or
make it-
this is,
So these are royalties from this company that over the last couple of years has sort of built up a presence, I guess, for lack of a better term. And they're creating clothing that would be sort of Spartan clothing, if you will, matching the high school colors and so forth. And on those sales, they then give money back to the school.
you said they're getting better too, right? The
They are.
apparel?
Mom bought one for my father. It's really nice. In fact, I asked where it came from. She said, oh, that company that sells them at Stop and Shop.
Stop and
So
Shop,
they're
there
really
you go.
nice.
Oh, yeah, I've seen them in Big Y.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
There you
They're
go.
really
they're
nice.
marketing to
Here it
the
is.
Yeah.
supermarkets and then see if they
Yeah.
can catch people's eye.
Okay, I'll take a motion, please.
Motion to approve the high school donation from Ohio Pal Prince on the royalties of sales of spirit wear.
Thank you. Motion has been made
I'll second
and
it.
seconded. For the discussion. Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
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 Those opposed, nay. Motion carries 4-0.
Thank you.
One more.
I make a motion to accept the donation of $723.92 from the A-plus Stop and Shop Rewards Program to the Maple Shade Gift Fund.
Excellent. Motion
Second.
made and seconded.
That's a lot of money for a school that size.
That's
pretty
really
neat.
good, yeah.
That's
Maple Shade
really
Community's kicking in
Very
there.
good.
Yeah.
Because you have to designate that as you go through.
When you
Right.
check out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
It's
really
nice to
neat.
see.
It's probably good from the school, actually, letting their parents know, good
Yeah.
communication. That's
Right.
really probably what it comes down to. Sure, great. I have a motion and a second.
Second, yep.
Motion made and seconded. Further discussion. Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
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 Those opposed, nay. Motion carries 4-0. 7.1, E-lease request for the use of the turf.
So this is similar to what Mr. McGee was presenting. This is a Sunday. It's a 5K run. I think this is their second annual, oh, no, sorry, sixth annual.
Sixth.
I don't know that all six have taken place here. Have they?
They may not have all jumped off
Yeah.
from here.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought this was the second year coming from the high school. So it is on a Sunday and it starts at 8 a.m. I don't think there's a ton of whistles or horns
Okay.
as you would with
Yeah.
lacrosse, but obviously you will have people amassing before 8 a.m. and then getting ready for the start. So you'll have some noise at the start and then the race, the runners will be off.
Can we maybe send a correspondence to Dean about just those concerns we would have on an early Sunday morning for neighbors? Just so they're aware. I'm sure they are aware. They're a very cordial group.
And what about rec football? There's no games that day? Do we know that? I mean, I know it's over 11:30, but I think they start getting there like around 10.
Yeah, rec football, actually no, because they would have to start after 12.
Okay.
All right.
On Saturdays, they're here earlier,
Yeah.
rec football, but on Sundays, they would have to start after 12.
And did we waive the rental fee last year too?
We did, yes,
Okay.
because it's actually benefiting, it comes back to the schools.
Right.
Right.
Perfect,
Yeah.
just,
So we'll have to state that in the motion as well. That will be waiving the fee. So I will entertain that motion.
I move to approve E-lease request to use the ELHS turf on Sunday, September 29th, 2019 for the 5K run with the turf rental fee being waived.
Excellent, thank you. Motion made
I'll second.
and seconded. Further discussion. Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, nay. That carries 4-0 as well. In our final order of business, ELPS daily pay rate for substitute teachers.
So in your packet, there's somewhat of a spreadsheet. Probably should have printed it with the grid lines, sorry about that. It just gives you a look at the substitute rate in the different districts within the LPVC. We don't, as most don't, differentiate between having a bachelor's degree or not having a bachelor's degree. You can see, with a degree, the high is Agawam paying $91 a day. Oh, excuse me, Southwick actually is paying $95 a day. And then as you cross over, most districts are somewhere between 75 and 85. The concern that we have is twofold. One, that we're starting to be towards the bottom in terms of the daily rate, and so we may be losing subs to Long Meadow or Hampton Wilbraham or any of the neighboring communities. But also that, and this is the second part in your packet, we know that the minimum wage is moving up, and that's driving up rates in other areas. And so our current sub rate for paras is about, if you take the hourly, is about $79 a day starting this year. 6 hours they get paid for, not 6.5.
Oh, it's 6, straight 6, yeah.
So we wanted to make sure that we were staying, we had increased subs for paras last year. We also looked at our lunch and recess monitors, but we had not looked at this daily rate.
Yeah, so even January 20th at 6 hours would be $76, that's minimum.
Right.
Yeah. That's only this year, then it goes another 75 cents.
Right.
Next year,
Yeah.
which,
This is,
78, so that's $81 in 2
Right,
years, yeah.
yeah,
That's
so
minimum
two-
wage. So what's the recommendation? You have a recommendation?
the recommendation was to move it to 85, which will cover us for the
Yeah.
next few years.
Right.
Keep us on pace,
Yep.
and certainly make us competitive with the rest of the LPVC.
I know it only looks like $10 we're going up, but our budget can
It's-
handle this increase because we have a
It's,
lot.
so that's a great question, because we used last year approximately 1,500 subs. Not 1,500 people, but we have 81 active substitutes, and there were 1,500 daily payouts. So you're talking about a decent chunk of money. The good thing here is that each building has a substitute account, but they also share in the Title IIA professional development grant, and we utilize that for professional development substitutes. So that so you're distributing the increase over, but it is something that we will have to watch.
13,500.
Yeah, it's good to hear.
Yeah. So what we would most likely need to do is start to scrutinize and look at some of the things that we do, where we break out teachers at various times during the year, and just make sure that our substitute accounts are still able to handle that. Because that's something we can control. Obviously, we can't control illness and so forth. So generally, we scrutinize all those accounts in January and February once again. Obviously, Mrs. Blair is watching it all the way through the fall, but usually in the fall, we're fine. Somewhere around January, February, March, where you have to start to look and worry. Most likely, you have 1 or 2 schools that seem each year to be running ahead of where the other schools are, and so then you have the ability to transfer within sub-account to sub-account.
Okay.
I make a motion to increase the teacher sub rate to $85 for the East Long Meadow Public Schools for the school year 2019-2020.
Excellent. Motion has been made.
I second that.
Motion made and seconded. Any further discussion? All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, nay. Motion carries 4-0. Okay, that's it. We made it through our first day. Good luck to everybody tomorrow. The kids are back.
Kids are back.
The kids are psyched. And
I hope they're psyched.
psyched and relative.
That may
term.
vary.
Yes, yeah.
It was a nice message this afternoon,
Oh,
Mr.
thank
Smith,
you.
that you put out. That was very nice.
I didn't get it.
I didn't get it either.
I can-
so- Sarah got it.
Sorry, yeah.
Your
To the
parents should
families.
get it.
Yeah,
It's probably my house, I
I
don't
went to your
remember.
house, yeah.
At your house.
I think you
Nice.
include school committee on those.
I will include you.
Yeah. Very
You get it
nice.
to-
I didn't know what you were talking about either.
There you
It was
go,
a nice
Cliff.
welcome back message.
Okay, I can resend it just.
No, it's okay. I think
Maybe
Antonella
you
and I
can
are
just read it to
okay.
them.
Just we do it live right now.
Actually, you know what I'll do is, I send it out email as well, so I'll send it to you.
Ah, okay. Antonella feels a little bit, you know,
I like to be in the
left
loop.
out.
Sorry about that.
Mr. Mackey, thank you for being here tonight,
Always a pleasure. Yes.
and I will entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Motion made
Second.
and seconded. Further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those
Aye.
opposed, nay. Motion carries 4-0. Thank you so much.
Excellent.
Good night.
Thank
Thank you.
you.